Good morning to all. In this module 2, today let us discuss about silicon control rectifier characteristics followed by the turn-off mechanism and the applications of silicon control rectifier. First, let us discuss about the silicon control rectifier characteristics. So, the symbol and the VI characteristics we have to discuss over here. In the characteristics that we will see the uh, forward blocking region, reverse blocking region, as well the reverse breakdown region and holding current. So here first we will see the symbol as well the VI characteristics. So this is the symbol of the SCR, and this anode terminal and this is the cathode terminal, and here it is gate. The gate terminal is very close to the cathode terminal, and the VI characteristics, this regions, that is the voltage is varying forward breakdown voltage. At VF1 Ig is equal to 0, at VF2 Ig is equal to Ig1, VF3 Ig2 and Ig3, and the portion of this portion, that is called as what, the holding current, and it is represented by IH. So let us discuss about what is this forward breakdown voltage VF and what is holding current. Okay, first let us discuss about forward breakdown voltage. So this forward breakdown voltage is nothing but the voltage applied between the anode and cathode, okay, for which our silicon control rectifier will enters into the conduction node for a given gate current, that is Ig. Okay, that is called as what, forward breakover voltage, and this forward breakdown voltage will reduces the gate current. Ig is increases. Once the forward breakdown voltage decreases, the gate current Ig will be increases. Okay, so these are about the forward breakover voltage. The next is the holding current, and the holding current is represented by I suffix H. Okay, this current is nothing but some value of current, that is below which the SCR will switches from conduction state to forward blocking region. Okay, in the graphical representation we have seen there is a switch translation is happening between the see here, the silicon control rectifier switches, this SCR will switches from the conduction state to the forward blocking region. So this is the conduction state. Some transition is happening. So this region is called as what, holding current. Then followed by the holding current, we can discuss about the forward breakdown voltage, that is the forward blocking region. So if we discuss about the forward blocking region, so this is the forward blocking region and this is the forward reverse blocking region. So when positive voltage is connected to anode, and negative voltage is connected to cathode, and some zero voltage is applied to the gate. So you can see here some zero voltage is applied to gate. Then junction J1 and J3 will be forward biased and junction J2 will be reverse biased. We are applying a zero voltage to junction J2. Hence a small reverse current will flows and this we will call it as forward blocking region. And coming to this reverse blocking region, when negative voltage is here, when negative voltage is applied to the anode and the positive voltage is applied to the cathode, and some positive, that is Vg is equal to 1 volt or to some minimum level of positive voltage is applied to the gate, then the junction J1 and J3 will be reverse bias. Junction J1 and J3 will be reverse. We know that negative to positive will be reverse bias, positive to negative also reverse bias. So we can, from this diagram it is very clear that junction J1 and J3 is reverse bias and junction J2 is forward bias. So what will happen, because on this condition a small reverse current will flows. Okay, so this condition or this process is called as what, reverse blocking region. This is called as reverse blocking region. So followed by this forward blocking as well reverse blocking, let us discuss about the forward conduction region. So what do you mean by forward conduction region? So in the forward conduction region, as usual, we are applying we know that silicon control rectifier is a 4-layer, that is PN, PN, PN we have marked, and here also the positive voltage is applied to the anode, as well the negative voltage is applied to the cathode, and some positive voltage is applied to the gate terminal. Here the junction J1, J2, J3 is forward biased. Here some current flows linearly, okay. The current will start to flow in a linear fashion, and this we will call it as forward conduction region. So now coming to this, it is turn off or commutation, turn off mechanism or commutation. So here when the SCR is in conduction mode, okay, what will happen? Removal of gate voltage will not turn off the SCR. So this turn off mechanism is called as what? Commutation, and this commutation will be achieved in the two ways. One is natural commutation and another one is forced commutation. First let us discuss about what is natural commutation. Okay, suppose the silicon control rectifier is connected to an AC supply. Okay, during the positive half cycle, the anode will get positive and cathode will negative. So this condition will make our silicon control rectifier as a on condition. Okay. Now coming to the negative half cycle, the anode is negative and cathode is positive, and this condition will make our silicon control rectifier to be in reverse bias condition. Therefore silicon control rectifier will turn off immediately. So this type of process is called as what? Natural commutation. Why it is natural commutation? In the sense, we are not at all using any external circuit to trigger to be on or trigger to be off. Based on the positive half cycle as well as the negative half cycle of some input, the silicon control rectifier is turn on and turn off. This is happening very naturally. So it is called as natural commutation. Then coming to the forced commutation. So in this method, the current which is flowing towards the silicon control rectifier is forced to become zero. So how we can make this forced to be zero? In the sense, by using some external circuit, we are passing a current through the current to the SCR in opposite direction. Okay, so opposite direction means naturally positive current and negative current will get cancel each other. So this we are purposely or intentionally we are making a silicon control rectifier to get turn off. So this process is called forced commutation. Okay, so followed by this, let us discuss about the applications of silicon control rectifier. In the applications of silicon control rectifier, we can use the variable resistance phase control method. Okay, so here the silicon gate SCR gate current is controlled through the R and the variable R1. So here first let us see about the diagram. That is the this is our circuit, and this is the graphical representation for the firing angle. So in the AC circuits, okay, this is our AC circuit. The silicon control rectifier can be turned on only by the gate at any angle. Okay, with respect to this applied voltage. Now this angle is called as alpha. Okay, this angle is called as alpha, and that is called as firing angle, because only on turned on by the gate at any angle, that angle is called as what? Firing angle. Now the power control is very important. The power control is obtained by by varying the firing angle. So if you vary the firing angle, that is known as what? Phase control. We are going to control the phase. Alpha is equal to 0 degree, 90 degree or 190 degree. So by varying this firing angle, the power can be controlled. So now the silicon control rectifier gate current is controlled through the R and the variable R1. Okay. Now suppose you assume that the moving contact. So in the circuit we have used the resistor R2 as well as R1. Suppose if the moving contact is set to the top of the resistor R2, then what will happen? That is, the SCR may trigger only at the commencement of the positive half cycle of the input. But on the other hand, suppose if it is at the bottom of the resistor R2, what will happen? It will trigger only by the resistance of the circuit is maximum. Okay, so that is represented as VI max. So at R1, corresponding to the firing angle of 90 degree, VI can be written as VI max. The same way, by adjusting the R2 between these two extremes. So silicon control rectifier can be switched on between 0 degree and 90 degree. So this operation is referred to as half wave variable resistance phase control. Okay, now this method is very effective for controlling the load power. So I hope everybody understood. By this we are completing the chapter, that is module 2. Thank you.